Today is Flag Day, so we thought it would be a good idea to bring you a little patriotism this morning on the show. I hope we're going to have a chance to do that because I'm a little bit in awe and very much out of my league. I'm sitting next to a national champion, no less. This is Katie Almond. She has twice won the national championship for the solo drill exhibition in the female category. She'll correct me in a minute. She's being polite. Sergeant Joey Sizemore is her JROTC director. Is that fair to say? Instructor
Yes.
at Ringgold High School. So welcome to you both. Glad you're sporting your Ringgold blue. So Katie, you have now graduated.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? But you won this national title your sophomore year?
Yes, ma'am.
And again this year.
Yes, ma'am.
So what, I know I got the name wrong. What is it? What was the category that you won?
It would be a national title for a female solo exhibition.
Okay. But you are so good that they also decided, unbeknownst to you, to consider you in the male category, and you placed.
Yes, I medaled in 8th place overall in the male category.
Okay, so Sergeant Sizemore, I know you smile big when you see your students like Katie find this success. You yourself served in the military for 20 years.
Correct.
Your daughters were a part of a JROTC program. What does this do to these kids' character?
These kids and stuff put in so many hours. You know, they're out there late in the evenings when it's hot, and we go all year long. It's not something where it's, you know, a couple hours a day and stuff. We go all year long, summer workouts, and you know, they just give it everything they have.
I think it was somebody from the school, not you specifically, who sent me an email to say, look, they've won not just what Katie won, but your team won and was recognized on all these national categories. It sure would be great to kind of give them a shout out. Talk about the full team.
We actually, at the beginning of the year, me and the assistant coach, we're not even going to go to nationals because the kids were so young. Excuse me, were so young, and we didn't know that they would be ready or not, and so we were not going to go. And then they just kept progressing, getting better. They won regions. They won their 6th in a row state title, and then we went to nationals in the advanced division, over 40-something schools from all over the country, and took 9 trophies on one in each category.
How much did that surprise you? And is it right, Katie, that with each accomplishment that the team had, y'all had more and more confidence to win again?
Yes, most definitely. It was very surprising considering, you know, the previous years we had not, you know, placed as high, and it wasn't because, you know, we're not good. It's because, you know, we're competing against really high level teams. So to go out there with like a brand new team, like all these seniors from the previous year graduated, coming out and winning all these titles, like it was a big confidence booster.
I'm probably going to stumble over this because I don't know how everything works, but you mentioned going up against these bigger teams.
Yes.
So in sports, you're classified by a division, the size of your school.
Yes.
Is that how it is in JROTC, or would you go up against schools that had a lot more students and a lot more money behind them?
So you kind of go up against schools that are at your own level. So
Okay.
when you're going up to the national level, you have, you know, smaller competitions beforehand. So like state and regions. You compete against, you know, schools that are, you know, kind of at more your level. Once you hit nationals, there's like teams that have been doing this for years. They're higher levels than us, so they kind of categorize us through 3 or 4 different stages of levels. So
Right.
like beginner, advanced, stuff like that. So we're competing against schools that are really at our level or a little bit higher.
So how much practice do you personally put in?
So personally, I put in a lot of practice. The team will practice every Tuesday and Thursday from about 3:30 to 6:30 or so. But for me personally, when I am spinning, I like to practice, you know, during my free time in between shifts at work and stuff, because I'll work morning shift, have a couple hours off, and then go in again at night. So like I'll just go in my backyard, pick up the rifle, and, you know, do little things to practice.
Okay, so think about that too. Here you are, you're just graduating this year. You plan to go to Dalton State and you want to become a teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
But if I heard you correctly, then you are working in the morning, you're going to school, you're going back to work in the evenings, you're still doing this, you're twiddling things in the car, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
And winning this national championship. My goodness, Katie, is there anything you can't do?
I stay very busy. I will say that for sure. It's not easy, but I mean, if you have the determination and the right mindset, you can do it.
So in watching the video that we have of y'all doing some of these drills, and you're up front there as the leader, there must need to be an awful lot of chemistry among your team, and does some of that involve trust?
Yes, ma'am. Trust is definitely a big thing in there, and you have to be able to bond, with your teammates and stuff. So we definitely have like a close relationship. It's not just my teammates; they are definitely family to me by now.
So Sergeant Sizemore, is it actually a class at Ringgold ROTC?
Drill is a class, but it's not like what we do. I mean, we teach history of drill, where it began, that sort of thing. But when they get out on a drill field, it's a lot more in depth. I mean, that routine is 6 minutes, and it's with 8-pound rifles, and it's a whole lot different than just having a class. This is after school, just like football would be, and all these kids have to keep their grades up and apply to the Georgia high school standards. If they don't pass, they don't perform. So it's it's a lot of hours put in. They do weekends. June 11th coming up, we have an all-day drill camp just for our kids, and they'll be there from 8 in the morning to probably about 6 at night.
For you as a veteran, with it being Flag Day, what does that mean for you to see these kids kind of following in your footsteps a little bit?
It's an honor to work with these kids. I mean, to see where they begin and where they end. It's gratifying. Katie was actually going to be a basketball player at Heritage, and I'm like, okay, you can, play a little basketball, or you can be a national champion. And she goes, oh, I can't be a national champion. Well, you could, and you did. So she ended up winning 2 national titles, and then a region title and a couple of state titles, and led her team to 9 national trophies. So watching these kids perform, and to be on the biggest stage in the country and to hear Ringgold called 9 times, and have schools around you that have twice as many kids in their program asking you how you do it, it's gratifying. It really is.
I told you before, I think there's something special in the dirt down there in Ringgold. Has it really sunk into you yet, the 9 trophies and the accolades?
It didn't at first, I'm not gonna lie. Me and my former seniors were we were bawling our eyes out, crying from the wins, because it was just not expected. So it took a minute to sink in, but now that it has, I'm very proud of not only myself, but my team and my teammates as well. So.
Well, I meant when I said I'm kind of in awe of you. I don't quite know how many questions to ask you, Katie, because it's not often you sit next to somebody. You're what, 18 now?
Yes, ma'am.
Working as hard as you're working, smiling your way through it all, and with that determination and grit. You're very much an inspiration, no matter the age of the person listening to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. And thank you, Sergeant Sizemore, for letting us brag on her and your whole team.
Oh, absolutely. For these kids to be mentioned and spotlighted is amazing, because a lot of times ROTC kids, you hear about football, basketball, that sort of thing, but you don't hear a lot about these ROTC kids, and they do tremendous things in the community. I mean, we just did the Red Wolves game. They put up 800 flags in Ringgold, a lot on their time, not on school time. So for them to be recognized is an honor.
Well, our honor as well. So congratulations again, and do great down there at Dalton State.
Thank you.
We're back after this.
Hi, welcome to Sonic. May I take your order?
2 Sonic grilled cheese double burgers.
I'm on it. Order up.
Sonic grilled cheese double burger, ready for pickup.